everybody. Welcome to the Stream.TV Big Brother 17 post-wrap-up show. I'm your host, Allen Carrillo, and can you see this gorgeous panel of luscious ladies I have with us? It's like we have the Big Brother. I have a girl alliance right now.
That's right. You're like Jason.
I know. What is going on? Well, we have Jen Johnson here, Big Brother 8.
Hi.
Ashley Iocco, Big Brother 14, and we have the winner.
Hey.
Hello, superstar guest, Rachel Reilly, looking fly.
What's up? Hey. Thanks
Welcome
for having
to the
me
stream.
on your AS after show.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Hashtag.
Well, guys, we are here every Friday at 11 with the latest news and gossip, so make sure you subscribe to our channel and, of course, share with your friends, give us comments. Rachel's on YouTube right now, so if you're on, ask some good questions. She might talk to you on air. And we have Jen monitoring Twitter, so use the hashtag BB17AS and join the conversation.
Periscope.
Yeah, and she's live on
And we're
Periscope.
live on Periscope, too.
We are live everywhere.
We are social media-ing it up.
Yeah.
So we know we advertised that Caleb was going to be on the show, but he is having some technical difficulties.
Oh, they said there's nothing on YouTube right now.
Oh, well, it is. We are on YouTube.
Okay.
Well,
It is, yeah.
Caleb is having some problems with his Skype, so clearly there's some ish. But so Caleb, maybe we'll get you next week. But we have to dive into the episodes. This week was a crazy week, and we have to start off. Let's just start off with Sunday, all right?
Okay.
So let's just go back. So Shelly and Becky, they're the HOH, and Audrey, coming in hot again, tells Vanessa that there's rumors of an all-girl alliance and that she heard it from Devon.
Yeah.
What exactly was she thinking, people?
Girl, Audrey does not think. That girl is she just blabs. She doesn't think about anything. She just goes with it. She just says what she wants to say to kind of like twist everyone else's words, to like put, you know, these seeds of doubt in everyone, and just to kind of mess everyone's game up. That's Audrey's game, and I love it. As a viewer, I applaud her because she is entertaining.
It is absolutely amazing. But what do you think is going on in her psyche, if we can even go there for a minute? Why would she be doing this? Because it doesn't make any logical sense.
I think she just doesn't necessarily know what she's doing. I think she actually has a good heart, and she means well, and she's actually a very loyal player.
Right. She's also separated too, that she's making it obvious that she's playing the game and that this is a game.
Right.
But it's like, do you think paranoia is setting in with her? What do you think's going on?
I don't know. Like I was just saying, I just think that she just is doing it. Like I don't think that she knows what she's doing. Like she's just in there.
Is she gonna look back and just be like, "What the heck was I thinking?"
I think if she gets voted out, she'll look back and think that. But until she gets voted out, or until someone really is just like she really feels the pressure, she's not gonna change. But I think, to be honest, like my first time going into Big Brother, I didn't know what I was doing. Like nobody knows what they're doing their first Big Brother. And I think Audrey went in there and she had this preset mode in her head about like how she wanted to play. She said she wanted to be Dexter. She said she wanted to go crazy. And she's doing that, you know?
Yeah.
But she's just coming in way too hot, way too soon.
Do you think
But she is laying low now.
She is.
She definitely got her
she
called
kind of
out.
doesn't have a choice, because let's talk about it. She definitely got called out because, you know, Vanessa is not one to be quiet either. So she basically told Devon, and Devon's like, house meeting, everybody.
Yeah.
And her whole game blew up. And she even said it could have been way worse, and it definitely could have been way worse than it was. I'm surprised they were as light with her. But, you know, there is an unspoken rule that Devon brought up last night with Julie Chen, saying that the house guest, she doesn't think they're going to vote them out because she's transgender.
I don't think that's true. I think that's just an excuse I think that's an excuse that Shelly used to put to say why she didn't want to put her up, but I don't think that's true. Like I just think it's a good excuse.
I think Devon might be onto something with that fact, because what Devon said today to us was like, as a player, she's different than as the person, right? So we're playing the Big Brother game, and they need to look at it like, this is a game, you know? And no, I think especially with Audrey's shenanigans, that people are just gonna get annoyed with it. They're just gonna still put her up. But even someone said on YouTube Live that Audrey's a huge target, so they're keeping her in as a target.
Exactly. Right.
So it's not necessarily because of who she is, it's because she's a huge target. It makes total sense. Like, you keep these targets in the house.
Right.
And of course, like, probably people wanna think that, because, you know, I see that on Twitter, I see that on Periscope all the time. In all these, you know, questions and comments people say. But honestly, the point is like when it comes down to it, keep Audrey in the house, because you keep a target in front of you. It's Big Brother.
Definitely.
How much is your sanity relative to the house? Because you see this every year where they're like, they don't want to keep a target ahead. They just want peace of mind living in the house, thinking that you get rid of this one person, that everything's going to be fine. Like, why do some people that you think that?
I think another person's just going to go crazy. I feel like that's how Big Brother is.
Yeah,
everyone starts to slowly move on and lose their mind.
That's definitely what I nominated based on. But I was only HOH in week 2. So, like, I've nominated people that were both smokers because I didn't want to be around smokers. And, like, that was my basis of nomination.
That's the thing.
So
like,
funny.
when you're making your nominations, especially in the beginning of the season, nobody's really has these alliances, so nobody really knows why they nominate. They look for any reason to nominate.
Right.
I mean,
anyone that sort of stands out a little bit, even how small it is. It's like if there's some little thing about you. Which is why even like Alyssa, your sister, was brought up on charges week 1 because she wasn't upfront about who she was.
Right.
That just put a huge target on her back, even not so much because she was your sister, it's because she sort of had this little secret that everyone could like. It's almost like a little kid's pick on someone in school.
Exactly.
Like,
that's why Audrey came out early and told everybody in the house that she
took
was
one
a
step. I'm trans, everybody.
she's like,
everyone
this
calm
is
down.
And I think it was really smart for her to do that too.
Yeah.
So then Clay and Shelly, you know, what is their ship name? Do they have a name?
No, they don't have a name because they're not a real showman. That's
really? You don't compare yourself to them on
I
your season?
absolutely do not compare myself to them. The Branchels are like here. They have not even kissed, first of all. Second of all, like, let's just put it out there. Like, Shelly, cougars are awesome. I love it, but they're not going to marry and get, date after the show, right? Like, she's 10 years older than him, literally, right? She's 32, he's 24.
He is so cute.
So 8 years. I mean, he's super cute. Totally snatch him up. But don't you think after Big Brother, we're going to see Clay be like, oh, I'm the handsome Texan. Everyone loves me. They want me.
Yeah, he's going to be attacked at those
He's
events.
going to be, yeah. I mean,
don't you think that when you live in the house, like, you really become really attached to people? Because I think that a lot of relationships would never survive, like, if they didn't start together for 3 months. Like, you learn a lot about a person that you're forced to learn.
You definitely do, and it's very true. The relationships you get on Big Brother, that's why, like, Brendan and I are so close, like.
And some of your castmates.
And the castmates, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And, like, Danielle and Dominic met, and they're married, So I think it is, like, this experience you share that nobody else understands or knows about. However, with, like, relationships, we see showmances all the time. I mean, this one with her showmance,
Which one?
You have a showmance. Lots of them, okay.
But you're friends with Frank, right?
Of
and, like, you love him, but, like, it's just not, you're not going to get married.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No
well,
way.
Shelly and Clay, then they had the wherewithal to think that Devon is going to go after them next week, that Audrey isn't the biggest target in the house. So they actually pull Audrey. Audrey's, like, needed someone to come after her, and she had, like, the golden opportunity to try to get Devon up. But then the next thing is they confront John to get him to throw the battle of the block. What is your guys' opinions? Would you guys throw a battle of the block? It just seems so risky.
Fine, I do not throw any competitions.
Oh,
so
you want to increase?
Never.
Your name is on the list.
Never throw competitions.
Could you imagine?
No, I mean, it's like the dumbest thing ever.
They asked a lot of him.
They were
I can't believe they asked him not to use the POV and like thought that maybe he would do that. Like who would do that?
They're out of their minds. They lost their minds.
His face was like, you've got to, he was like this. No! He was like,
I
no,
love
the
the
DR
way they
was
did that on the
amazing.
show with the DR and him in the room. It was so cute.
That was so funny. Well, anyways, it ended up that Shelly remained in power and Devon and John obviously stayed up for elimination. So, like, he obviously threw the competition, and that was that. So then moving on to Wednesday, and a lot of stuff happened over the weekend too. So the power veto, it was Devon, Jay, Clay, and Meg. So Devon really just didn't have a chance, at all.
She had no chance. Devon, once the POV was won by John, Devon's fate was sealed. Like, she would have literally had to win that POV. And if she won the veto, like, she'd still be there, right? But the problem is that when you just can't back up your big mouth, like, I love you, Devon, and I love the big mouth. But the same thing with me. I couldn't back it up season 12. So when you can't back it up, you're out the door.
Right. So, but she wasn't about to take this line down. She said that, and there was a while, even up until last night, I thought that she was going to be able to pull it off. So Austin's sort of taking the credit for this. Who, it's so funny that his persona, and he always says it during the live show, is Judas Austin, but he never says that in the DR. He hasn't had any funny DR moments. It's not coming out right.
I think he probably is saying it, and we haven't seen it yet.
Exactly.
They're not using
Maybe
it.
there hasn't been like any sneak. We'll probably see it this week.
Right, because there's so many personalities. They all have to come out slowly.
Exactly.
He must not be very funny in the DR because it's not working.
Well, they had Devon. You know, as soon as she's gone, they got to have all the DRs.
They're going to have to replace her now.
What are we going to do? Devon was the queen of DRs.
Yeah.
Like, queen of DRs. I love everything she ever said. She was so spot on. She was smart, and she was just, like, so fun to watch.
Right.
But don't you think that other people could have those DR sessions? They just aren't airing them because they, like, got stuck on her? Like,
No,
I mean, I think
they're airing the ones that are the most funny and the most ridiculous. And Devon is like, I mean, start tweeting right after she says something funny. Like, she just has that, like, quick wit and everything else about her. So we have to talk about what Austin says. So Austin basically said that the entire group downstairs, when you guys are up here, they're saying they want to get rid of you guys. You guys are getting too close, which was a good plan because he wanted to save Liz and put Meg up.
It actually was smart for him, though, because Meg really would be staying. Liz maybe, well, she definitely would have gone home with all this twist and twin and stuff. So
for sure, she would have.
So that was the smart move. Like, even though he like thought he was all trickery, like it really was the best move for Shelley. Like they helped to get Devon
I think
out.
that we see Austin, and he's a smart player, and we haven't seen everything that he's doing, but when we saw this week, he's smart because he knows you never allow anyone in your alliance to go on the block because you never know what's going to happen.
You need the numbers.
You need the numbers, and you need to protect your own, right?
Yeah.
So Austin was really smart for making that call this week, and I think that, like, that just proves that I really feel like Austin could go far in this game.
Right.
Yeah, and then he'll just have another number.
Yeah, he's going to have an extra person.
Yeah,
exactly. So even when he do you think that he already knows about that they're twins and they're like, we're just going to be 3 of us? Or, like, does he not know about the twist?
I don't, why?
Spoiler.
I'm thinking about
Yeah,
it.
Well, we can talk about the twins.
No, that was on there.
The
The twin twist was on there.
Right, but there's something later on the feeds that...
Well, then you can.
All right, well, we might do a little spoiler here for a quick minute, but
No
go ahead.
spoilers.
Go ahead and tell us what you saw.
Well, what happened was Shelley wants to keep the twins because Julia, she confided in Vanessa. And then Vanessa went and told Shelley, and Shelley and Clay, and so they want to keep.
And this was on the live feeds this past week, so it actually isn't no spoiler.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was on the feeds last week, and we all saw this on the feeds. So what's going on is that Julia came out that she's a twin, but Liz did not come out that she's a twin. So I know, we're confused. There's a twin twist, people. We're confused. And
one's fat and one's skinny.
Well,
Jason,
oh my
what's
God.
wrong with you?
How funny was
that is not true.
I know, they're going a little over the top with
Yeah,
that.
like
Hashtag,
20 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, her fat twin Beth is moving
Yeah,
next
no,
week.
that's terrible.
It's awful.
Well, Devon had a funny thing that she said. What did she say? She's like, "Oh, the nice one was here last night." That was
The one
so
of the one with personality. Like this one wears a bunny hat. This
Yeah,
one
yeah.
lays out. This
Devon
one lays around.
had it down. She's like, the fat one works out, and like this one does
she's
this, and this one was
unfriendly,
here
this
last
one
night.
that.
But what were you saying, Rach?
I was going to say that they said a lot of people on Periscope were saying that Devon did herself in this week when she called them out and called out Liz instead of going to her quietly.
Like Julie said.
That like what Julie said last night. That
he knows Julie asked her the same question 3 times last night, and she wasn't answering. So she's like, "Answer my question."
Yeah.
Yes, I should have just confided in her. Of course she should have.
Right. Well, and the thing is like, I do feel like Liz has, or Julia, I think, has the deeper voice, and Liz has a little bit more high pitch. So there is definitely a difference between these two.
Why do you think that you can tell the difference? Obviously, when they're on TV together, it's funny.
Do you
when the 2 of them are in the room together, it's like amazing TV because they are they're so funny.
They're
They
so
have
funny.
that
They're
Miami.
So cute.
Is that a Miami accent?
I don't know if it's Miami.
It's Liz
Because I
and
know
Julia.
another girl
I
that's
don't
from
even know
Miami
where
that
it's
has that
from.
same
No.
accent.
Well, I'm just excited because they're not going to go up this week. Like Austin loves them, and who else is Vanessa? They're not going to put them up. So at least they have like a better
Do you guys know
chance.
the rules of the twin twist? So
Nobody knows the rules of the twin twist.
Does it matter
That's
if
the
the house
question.
knows or no?
No, they just can't get evicted. I thought.
Right,
Well,
they can't get
fifth week,
evicted
something with
up
the
to
fifth
fifth
week.
week, and then they both play the game. That's the only rule that we know
That's the only
as
rules.
viewers.
Right.
So what I was wondering, because that's a good question, and someone on Periscope just brought it up, actually, I think it was at Rob Ryan, he said, so what are the rules? Why are they allowed to come out and tell the house?
Exactly.
Because then it's not, how's it a twist?
Right.
Then it's
How
just
did
like,
they let them do that?
then it's just a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so
don't you think that was
if you
in
guys
an
are in the
agreement before they
house,
went in the house?
You would think so.
if you guys are in the house, are we voting out one of the twins? Because she's going to have an amazing alliance person coming to the house with her.
Right.
Or do you want to be so tight with her, like, hey, we're going to have an
Depends
extra
who you
person?
are, I guess.
Like,
You want to vote them out.
Vote them out, right?
As a
Vote
player
them
on
out,
Big
I
Brother,
think.
I don't want
too
to keep
risky.
them. It's way too risky. You never keep a duo in the house. I mean,
Don't. It's
people
like
broke
with-
Brendan and I up. That's smart. You
For a
break
reason.
up
Yeah.
these pairs for a reason, because when you have a duo that you know will never go against each other, they're dangerous.
Right.
So dangerous.
So dangerous.
During my season, week 2, we had the opportunity to get out Danielle and Dan, and we didn't take it. We ended up evicting JoJo, and then look what happened.
Yeah.
Dan
Well,
masterminded the entire show.
And that's the thing. You can. That's what when you have a duo, they can do. They can manipulate or mastermind, and you always have someone that will never go against you.
yeah.
And what's different
So
about this
dangerous.
twist is you vote one out, you actually get 2 out. So you're just
Yeah.
increasing your numbers.
Yeah.
Like
That's the
difference
best
between
thing to
voting,
do.
like
Yeah,
say
that's
you and
very
Brendan
true.
out, one of you guys, you still have Rachel. And then you also have the risk some people, when you vote out their person, they like shine. Rachel's one of those people. Natalie on Survivor was one of those people where her twin was voted out and she like took charge of the game. So you have that risk too, where they're not being held back by their person anymore, or there's a vendetta and they're pissed and everything
they're just out.
And you see it. Some people thrive in that situation and some people don't. So there is that.
So the smart thing to do for the house right now would be actually to get Liz and Julia out.
Yeah.
Because if they're brought in together, then
it's trouble.
It's trouble. Keep Audrey on the back burner. Get out the twins.
But Audrey's always
they're lucky this week.
Audrey, take Audrey to the end.
That's what I was gonna say. Take Audrey to the end because look at this. But if Audrey makes it to the end, she could win. But like we were talking to Devon about this today, like she said Audrey could just like slide on through, right? And the thing is like you have those players like me. I could have gotten out when it's like Lawan. I think it was week 6.
You could have gotten out anytime.
I could have gotten out anytime, but the house kept me in because I kept saying I'm a target, I'm a target, I'm a target.
Yeah.
You keep the target in. Well, you keep them in long enough, and people forget that they want to vote him out.
Right, and also they also forget that you've been a target the whole time, but you've gotten out of the situation, so you have a resume of, look, I've played this game better than all of you.
Right,
because I've been a target and I've stayed in this game, so you have a good argument.
Yep.
So there's that. I mean, the game could go in any direction at any time, which is why it's so
especially
exciting.
with all these twists, and everyone has a short-term memory in the house anyway.
Exactly.
We have to talk about the twist even from this week. So there was the Kathy Griffin twist where the calls were coming in.
Yeah.
And it's so funny that Devon was like, I'm getting that 7th call.
I know. Do you think that they like knew? Because you know how like they like talk to you a little. Well, no, you know they talk to you a little bit in the DR like about things. Like why was it such a big deal? They both want 7. Do you think it was
it's
really
a possibility?
lucky
But
number?
7 is also just known as a lucky number.
Yeah.
7 and
it's
11.
Head of household
it's
17.
Just, it's just kind of one of those things. Lucky number 7.
Yeah.
I don't think Devon had any idea, but I think I don't know, for me when I'm in that house, I feel like if I just keep wishing hard enough, it's going to happen. And like that's what you got. You have to have faith in yourself.
How many wishes did you make?
Be overly confident.
That's all you did was wish.
All I did was wish.
How many prayers did you pray?
Every day of my life. 5 times a day.
Well, that's the trick, people.
How many deals did you make with God?
Well, I think it too, like with a player like Devon, you have to keep that mind frame because when you crash and burn, you turn it like what we saw with Jace. Like he lost it in his mind. He knew he was going home, so he went home. He stopped fighting. Jace maybe could have stayed, you know? I mean, you never know, but he just gave up. He just kind of let it go. We see that all the time in Big Brother where people just give up. So what I really liked about Devon this week is that she tried everything she could. She wanted to win that veto. She wanted to convince people. She tried everything she could.
Do you think it was? She was. But do you think it was a little mysterious that her daughter wasn't in the audience? And has anyone seen Jace on social networking?
Jace is on.
Oh, he is? Okay, never mind. My theory's out the window.
Devon has not seen her baby.
No.
This morning she said she hasn't seen her
I'm
baby
so
yet.
surprised.
Yeah.
Someone said they liked the idea of telling the other house guests that they can both play at week 8. So Vanessa's idea of telling the other house guests, I think both of the twins can play at week 8. But I don't know, has that come out on live feeds? Do we know about that?
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard
did
about
the twins
that
even
either.
say, tell
Maybe that's maybe that's one of the things that they're working on, like to tell the house or something.
Right.
But I think that now that the twins are out, they need to come forward to tell the house, or they're gonna really.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be in big trouble.
They almost should say that, hey, we have to make it till like week 7, so then get through 5.
Exactly.
Yeah, we just want to be like jury house.
They have to lie.
They
Yeah.
But as everyone saw, Devon got out, so she is gone. Unfortunately, it's going to be a crazy week. But anyways, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, we'll take some fan questions. So make sure you use the hashtag BB17AS, and we might answer your questions on air. We'll be right back.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
Okay.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot! I literally cannot! not. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama. Tell them, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Is this
TV.
interview? Yes.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey guys, we are back. Big Brother 17 post wrap-up show. We're turning the show over to you, so let's go to Twitter. Jen,
Okay.
what's going on?
All right. Well, so we have this fun picture from Oh Hey Maddie 85, and it says, "Me after all." Oh no. Me after all the drama and gameplay from the first week.
And what's the picture?
And then it's that.
Everyone passed out in the
Passed out.
Cute.
Oh, that is cute.
That's cute.
That
And
that
then-
room. What's the next one?
Love it.
We got what makes an alliance last in the game? This is from Pink Disco Ball
Hey, Pink
77.
Disco
Hey,
Ball.
Pink Disco
What's
Ball.
up?
That's
What makes
a
an
good
alliance? That's a
question.
good question. What makes an alliance work?
You have to kind of put the paranoia aside. The only thing you can do, unless you're in a showmance or like you see like twins or siblings or something, then you literally have to put the paranoia aside and just trust this person with your life. And like, if they screw you over, fine, but like you just have to trust them.
I have a question though. If I ever played Big Brother again, what if multiple people ask you to be in an alliance?
Do it.
You know?
Why
They're
would
like,
you
you want to be in an
not?
alliance? You want to be in an alliance?
You
And
can't
you're
even,
like,
you can't even hesitate. That's what
Right.
they've shown. Like
Yeah.
literally, if you even say like, "Let me think about it," you're done.
You're done.
right,
Yeah.
so then you're just, what if you're in an alliance with the entire house and then you're like, oh, they're playing both sides and she's just playing
Then
both
you're
sides.
Audrey.
Right. Right.
Then you can't, you have
You
to be
have
like,
to
how
keep,
do you make that-
have to keep it under wraps
Yeah.
and super smart. And then if you do get confronted, then you say, "I am just trying to get close to everyone, trying to make sure our
Right.
team." You have to just be quick on
Or
your feet.
like, or I would say like, if you truly want an alliance with a particular person, like, and that happens, you tell them what happened, and you're like, "Hey, I was in
Yes.
an alliance. They approached
Right.
me. I
They
said
think
yes.
I'm with her too.
Yeah, but I am with you. Like, I'm letting you know,
Okay.
like, I
And that's
am
in
with you.
communication.
And that's
Right,
how you make a
another
real
way
alliance.
to keep another
like
way to
that.
keep an alliance lasting is to be very open with everyone that's in your alliance.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't have, it's Big Brother, you cannot have 8-person alliances. You can't have
What's the
6-person.
biggest alliance you can have?
I don't know. I think in my opinion, I think 3 people, maybe 4 is the biggest you
Really?
can have. But you can't.
In the beginning, you have to have some fringe,
Right.
but your core needs to be small.
And you always have
I would
friends.
say 4.
course.
Right.
I'd say 2 or 4 because you don't want to have 3 because then one person feels like out
They're on
of
the
it
bottom.
probably, and so then you kind of have to have like 2
Third
teams
wheel.
of 2.
What,
But
do
you
we,
have
what
to-
else we got?
Oh, sorry.
This is good stuff.
We got
Yeah,
from
good stuff.
Miss Alyssa. I'm really bummed that the BB17 house knows about the twin twist. Oh, me too. I really want them to both move in. I guess we'll see what happens.
I want
Yeah, I
them
love
both
the
to
twist.
move
It's
in
it's
too.
one of
I
my
want them to
favorite
move in
twists of the
too.
show this
I
season is
agree.
the twin
I like
twist.
it a lot.
I mean, it's
It's
bad for them,
mainly-
good for us.
It's mainly because of actually them, because I think they're so entertaining.
They're
They
so
are.
adorable.
Like I don't know
love
if it would
them.
be the same if it was somebody else, but
Yeah, but
No,
you
I
would like
think
see
they're
them in the
great.
interaction in the
Yeah.
diary room, and you're like, oh, I want to see that in the house.
yeah,
Yeah, I want
wanna
to see
see
more.
more.
Yeah.
For
Right.
sure.
At Big Fan said, who do we see this season winning? I think
my
at
God.
this point, I feel like you can't really tell, but
So
my money
tough.
would be on Steve, maybe Johnny Mac. These are 2 players that we see that are smart players, and they're kind of friends with everyone, but they don't have any, like, one person that they're isolating themselves from, the rest of the house. So I think
What
What
Jackie's
about
gonna
Meg?
win.
I feel
Jackie-
like she's so
Is Jackie
likable.
playing the game?
Jackie's not even on the show.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
And Meg is so, I mean,
She's
everyone
like,
likes
but she
her.
can just go to.
floater.
She's
But
a
she's totally
floater.
a floater.
But I mean, the game just started. How can you even say that she's a floater?
Right.
Girl, day one I was playing.
I know. Yes, different. You're Rachel Reilly. Okay.
But don't you think in some cases, like like Hayden, where he kind of, even when he played Survivor, he went in super low,
Right.
made
Yeah,
everyone
that's
else
the better way to go.
self-destruct,
That's what I think.
and
Yeah,
then
sure.
you just sort of
I think
go
it's a
in.
little
Right, but I
harder
think-
if you play hard in the beginning.
And I agree with that because then you have people like Audrey that, are just kind of like all over the place and then people get mad, or like a Devon, that's just a little bit too much. But the thing is there's a difference when I played with Hayden, and he did do that. He was kind of friends with everyone. The difference was, though, he always had his core alliance. They had that brigade.
Right.
They never wavered. He wasn't a floater because he had his people.
Right. He also was playing. He also was playing
he just
the
laid
game.
low.
I also agree with you. I didn't even think he was playing the game too, but that wasn't interesting TV, so they would never show his little tiny conversations that were insignificant.
Right, exactly.
They're showing the people explode in the beginning because that's what's great about Big Brother. People making fools of themselves.
Yeah.
So we have to talk about Big Brother in the news. Breaking story.
Yeah,
Rachel, shall I say it? They don't even
you
know.
say it, because I don't want to say the S word.
Ashley, we don't know.
Okay, so apparently involves masturbation and semen. So apparently Jeff from Amazing Race, who came in as the twist, was masturbating under the covers with Liz in the bed or Julia, and then he apparently took semen and rubbed it on her back and was immediately called into the DR, and the feeds went black, and now people are saying this is a sexual assault, and they want him out, and there's hashtags get Jeff out of the game, and fans are not pleased. It was on TMZ, so like
you're violating someone's respect. I mean, when you go into the Big Brother house, it's just a verbal agreement with yourself. You just don't do that.
No, why would you even touch yourself when you're in bed with someone else? Let alone a female. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, even if you're gonna do all that, don't touch the person. That's so gross.
Right, make her touch you.
Yeah,
that's
but
what you do.
Right, exactly. That's like, why would you? But why would he even
There's
touch
plenty of lonely
himself
girls
while
in the
he's
house.
in the bed with someone else? Like that is so. Awkward and inappropriate. I'd
also, as a disclaimer, just say too that you know, I did see the footage and it didn't look as graphic or dramatic, and I think he could say either way. It was under the covers, and it didn't really look.
How did the cameras
was
get
she
there?
sleeping?
No, they were actually talking, but she had a blindfold on, like but she was awake.
So she didn't know, or she?
No,
didn't
but how did Big Brother know if it was under the covers?
Because you could see like the sheets kind of moving.
So this is
but how they know that he liked it?
Ever since season 15, I feel like the live feeds have made national news.
Right.
And so I remember even on season 12 and 13, you know, Brendan and I got intimate under the covers, but like we were engaged. But it would never
season 12, you're
engaged. Okay, you know what, Ryan?
Season 12 they were married,
right? It never made like nobody made that as big of a deal. But now
you weren't
it seems
racist,
like
you weren't doing a sexual assault. You weren't talking about kiddie porn. That's what's making the national news. These house guests that are out of their minds.
Yeah, it's big.
It only helps the ratings.
I mean, I feel like everyone does those things in real life, and it's just like you're just watching them, so we just make it a big deal.
But I've never heard of anyone touching themselves under the covers when they're in bed with someone else that they are not dating or like married to. You know what I mean? Like these two are not hooking up. It's not like he was like, oh, well, let's make out and then whatever. Yeah. But like they are just like two people. I would be so grossed out if that was happening. I'm grossed out when it happened in the same room.
Like that part's bad.
Yeah.
Well, so they don't know though for sure.
Nobody knows for sure.
Well, I don't know. I didn't see the whole footage to be honest with you, but I mean, there's definitely the rumors that go on. So we will check and see what is going on. And Rachel, you look gorgeous today, by the way.
Thank you.
Can we? Where did you get that dress?
This is at Yanni and at YONNI. It is my new collection. This is called the Vegas dress, and it's amazing. I love it so much. You guys can get it online at yannicollection.com. Yeah. And I have to say this real quick on Twitter. Someone said that Liz told Jeff she was mad at him and said, you know why. So that's where everything is coming together. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what's going on. But anyways, back to my dress. So yannicollection.com.
Yes. This one's called Vegas.
Vegas dress. And this one is all sequins.
Yeah.
And if you guys want, we made this collection for you guys. So send us your comments, your tweets, go online. If you guys want, like,
as in the Big Brother fans,
as in everyone, as in anyone. If they want to see like your dress, like if we were gonna make a dress like this and they wanted more sequins or they wanted a different color, let us know and we can change it.
Oh, customize.
Rachel's
it's all exclusive.
Even with her clothing people.
Exactly.
It's great.
I'm customize it for how you guys want to see it. We made it's great quality, it's super exclusive, and I think that's what really sets us apart from other brands. You're not going to see this in a mall. These are like very exclusive pieces that we're working on together with the designer, and if you guys have input, we'd love to hear it. We'd love to make you something.
Well, you're looking fly. Well, we want to thank Rachel for joining us today. It's always great to have her, and sorry we missed you, Caleb. Guys, every Friday we will be here at 11 a.m., so make sure you subscribe. Write your comments. We are very active on social media as well. Use the hashtag BB17AS, and we will answer your questions all week. It's been a crazy week. Thanks to my co-hosts Ashley and Jen, and we will see you guys next week.
Yay!
Bye. See ya.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Woo woo.
For more of the Big Brother After Show, hit that button and subscribe to the Stream.tv.